Elliott. In Morris's case, Miami Gardens police say he injected the victim's buttocks with cement, mineral oil, and Fix-A-Flat, then sealed the incision with super glue. The victim wound up in the hospital. Morris wound up in jail.
This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. This image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and brake them to pieces. Then was the iron...
In America today, the women are heavily influenced by one of the kingdoms that Daniel foretold in the book of Daniel. Daniel saw the Greek kingdom and its sting it would have on the world today. The ancient Greek world was the birthplace for civilization from 337 AD till 1453 AD. The Greeks were so fascinated with nudity and the physique of the human body. When the Roman kingdom conquered the Greeks, they adopted Greek cultures that included their Greek gods and philosophy. Because of the Roman Catholic Church and the Reformation, the Greek way of thinking exists till this day. Women all across the globe are going wild because of the false gods of the Greek.
Because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. In that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their calls, and their round tires like the moon, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs, and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles, and the wimples, and the crisping pins, the glasses, and the fine linen, and the hoods, and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle a rent, and instead of well-set hair baldness, and instead of a stomacher a girdling of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war, and her gates shall lament and mourn, and she, being desolate, shall sit upon the ground.
Women, return back to your Father and Creator, Yahweh. His kingdom will forever reign, crushing all earthly kingdoms into pieces. All false gods must bow to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. My sisters of today, I speak to you this day to flee from pornography and other nudity, immoral acts. Flee from wickedness of body alterations. Flee from the hands of the Grecian false gods, for definitely the kingdom of the living God is surely at hand. The kingdom of God will forever stand. The King of the King will rule, and all other kingdoms will be dismantled.